Hi everybody. I've been meaning to come on and do a video about this subject, but it's taken me a little while to be able to actually discuss it with any sense of coherence, shall we say. There's a lot of talk at the moment about cancer awareness, and a lot of press regarding breast cancer, and that you should, as a woman, you should, check your breasts regularly, which I think we all know. We all go for our mammograms, and if you don't, you should, and it's a very important part. And I know that breast cancer is pretty prolific, often carries with it a DNA link and so on. But there are other rarer cancers out there that are killing younger women. And it is, sad that obviously, if you've watched my Instagram of late, that we lost my darling daughter, Katie, to stomach cancer, a very rare form of stomach cancer. It's called, her particular brand of cancer was poorly differentiated, diffuse type, signet ring cell adenocarcinoma. And over the last 2 years, I've become an absolute expert on this particular nasty brand. The thing with this cancer is it sits insidiously in the stomach, really giving hardly any symptoms. And therefore, you put it down if you have got a bit of stomach trouble, indigestion, something you've eaten, and really the symptoms go unnoticed. While it's doing this, and that can take some time, even though in its innocence it doesn't realise it's causing harm to its host, it sends out, obviously, little soldiers, which then embed elsewhere and then start reproducing, which, after all, is what cancer is programmed to do. Is reproduced just like all the other cells in your body. I mean, the cancer cell doesn't know that it's not correct. It thinks it's perfectly doing its job, in recreating and making itself bigger and larger. But unfortunately, it doesn't have a clue that it's damaging the host that's providing its blood supply. This particular cancer affects quite often younger women between sort of 30 and 50. And is usually diagnosed at the later stage. If it's caught early, should you be lucky enough to have symptoms that then send you to the doctor, then in fact it can be cured by surgery. But because of its lack of symptoms, it is often at stage 4 by the time you actually catch it. And that is exactly what happened to my daughter. And after a 2-year battle, various surgeries, various very powerful chemos, she lost her battle on the 1st of September, leaving behind her little son, Chester, who's 4.5, and her partner, and obviously her brothers and her sisters, and me. And it's been a terrible couple of years. And when they tell you that 1 in 2 people is going to get cancer in their lives, it sounds ridiculous, but in fact, point in case, it would seem that in my family, this has become an all too true statement. So I suppose what I want to do is bring attention to these other cancers because they need more research. They need research as much as the other ones we're dealing with. And just because it's rarer doesn't mean that it should get any less attention than the more prolific ones. Although, of course, I realise that the more people they can cure, the better it looks on the figures. So we did start raising money in Katie's name, and I will put the link on here. We would like to get to the £10,000 target. We're at about 6.5, I think, now, because we want to feel that we've done something to contribute towards the research on this cancer, which has taken someone from our lives that we are missing terribly. And for as a mother, it's something you hope you'll never ever have to experience. And certainly it wasn't something that I'd figured in my life. Husbands come and go, but your children are supposed to be with you until you pop off. You're supposed to be leaving them behind, not the other way round. So it's been a bit of a shocking revelation for me on all fronts. I mean, my daughter was the light of our lives. I don't know if you can see her there, in this lovely frame that someone gave me. But that is typical of her personality. We're sitting at Royal Ascot with her. She's got a fascinator on her head, and she's sitting on the grass with a glass of something in one hand and a sandwich in the other, giving us the peace sign. And that sums her personality up, which is why it's a rather unusual picture to be in this sort of frame. But for me, that's who she was. And she kept her sense of humour till the end. But obviously, this cancer, this signet ring cell, is an absolute bastard. And we need more research for it. So if you are able to contribute to our page, I'd be very grateful. I know we can't direct the money specifically at that particular disease, but the more money that they get, the more hopefully they will start looking at the new ones. I mean, she had the best treatment that was available. We were one of the lucky ones, and she had private medical care, so we didn't get caught up on the lockdown problem. But it didn't make any difference, because even 2 years ago, because of my researching, I knew that we were going to be unlikely to cure this. So living with that knowledge for 2 years has been very hard. So as a family, we're all grieving. We're all trying to make the best of it. But life must go on, and that is what she would want us to do. With other children and grandchildren to be responsible for, I've got to continue. So sharing this story, and I know there's a lot of stories on here like this, but I just thought I'd make you aware that there's other cancers to consider. So if you do get symptoms of indigestion and reflux, heartburn, but they go on, please do go and get them checked out. And I'll be doing another video. I don't want to bore you too much tonight with this one, but I'll do another video about how my daughter got diagnosed and the problems we're having at the moment with GPs and getting in front of GPs. And this was previously to the COVID pandemic. So I have a very sad story to tell you, actually, about the way my daughter was treated by a GP. Generally, our practice is very good, but in this particular instance, it really let her down. And had we not gone to A&E and sat there for the whole day, insisting that she was seen, we may not have had the time we did get with her, because it would have been still undiagnosed. But I'll come on with the story. But I think getting in to see your GP is another problem. But don't be afraid. If you don't be fobbed off with antacid tablets, if you think you've got a problem, then insist on getting an endoscope done. It's not that bad. It's an outpatient event. They do a lot of them, and it can be the difference between you finding a cancer in your stomach and getting cured, to actually having it go to stage 4 without you even being aware it's there. So just be aware, please, all you girls out there, well, and all you men, but this is a specific one that women seem to get more than the guys. So anyway, I'll be talking to you again about the problem we're having with our GPs at the moment, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Take care. Any questions, feel free. Bye.